Auburn lost. So now what is next? Let's talk about it. We entering the Tiger Den. This CNT talking Tigers. Let's go.
Let's go.
This is CNT Talking Tigers. We're talking Auburn football. It's what we do. Welcome to the Tigers.
You already know what you're watching, listening to. This is C&T Talking Tigers. We're talking Auburn football is what we do. I'm Courtney Chandler. There is Tony Milford. And listen, we thank you all so much for joining us this evening here on YouTube, C&T Talking Tigers. And we also thank you for your support on Instagram, C&T Talking Tigers. Shout out to our partner, Sports E Media, who are doing a wonderful job partnering with us. So we just want to say good evening. We know it's a little late. It's the late kickoff. We were supposed to come on at 8. We came on 8:30. Yeah, a few issues. I blame it on Auburn losing against Arkansas. That's messing us up this week. But we're gonna get into it. So thank y'all. I see some comments already starting to come in. Tony, we didn't pull it off as we said we would in glorious fashion. We didn't pull it off at all. So how you feeling, man?
Oh man, I'm feeling down. Not having a quarterback is a terrible thing. It's a bad feeling.
Yep.
We are 0-2 against Power 4 teams. We used to be Power 5, they go Power 4 now. We're 0-2 against Power 4 teams. I think our quarterbacks have thrown
12 interceptions.
No, I know. No, they got 8 interceptions.
8. I'm sorry.
13 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. But against all of those interceptions have come in 2 games. 8 interceptions. Now against the Alabama A&Ms and the New Mexicos of the world, we're Tarzan. But against the Cows and the Arkansas of the world, our quarterbacks are Jane.
That's the best way to put it.
Maybe there's a reason why Hank Brown had a scholarship to Liberty and not Auburn initially, not other Power 5 schools. Might be a reason why he was going to Liberty. He looked good against New Mexico, but New Mexico is about, the competition that Liberty plays. So he would have done really well against schools like that. First start SEC competition, Arkansas. Not the toughest matchup in the world, They're not Georgia, they're not Alabama, they're not Tennessee, they're not Texas, they're Arkansas. Arkansas always gives Auburn, historically a run.
Arkansas, as you call
it. Yeah, Arkansas. But Hank Brown came out and wet the bed in the highest fashion, in the worst way possible. Hank Brown threw 3 interceptions without a sniff of a touchdown, and you know what I mean. It wasn't even close. Peyton Thorne threw an interception. I think I might can give him a pass on the one he threw. Gotta catch those. Really wasn't his fault. Man, I tell you, Hank really let me down, man. He was 7 for 13, 72 yards, 3 interceptions. That is terrible. That is terrible. All of his interceptions came in one game. He came in against A&M, threw 2 touchdowns real quick. Bam, bam, looked great. Last week against New Mexico, a week before last against New Mexico, he was efficient, 4 touchdowns, no pick. Everything looked good. We was on way. We was feeling good. And boy, end up back with Peyton Thorne. Now, Peyton Thorne came in. He was 13 for 22, 213 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did throw the pick. Really wasn't his fault. Got to catch those. So yeah, man, not having a quarterback for an offensive minded coach who's supposed to be
Yeah,
about the quarterbacks. It's got to be hard for Hugh Freeze too. But I guess, man, like I said, I'm down and out right now, man. I don't know what we're gonna do at this quarterback position. I was screaming for Walker White back in December, and it might be time for me to start hitting the table for Walker White again. I say,
he he got the hammer for Walker White. Everybody.
hey, it might be time to break the glass, man, and it's emergency. It might be time to just maybe dumb the offense down a little bit and run what Walker White is comfortable with, and just go ahead and ingratiate ourselves into the true Hugh Freeze recruits, to the true Hugh Freeze regime, and uh, it might be time to go that way, man. We'll know pretty soon. We're 2-2 right now, and feels like we're 2-9 right now. You know what I mean? It's not a good feeling. But we'll get into the game. I'll talk about it here. We'll talk about it some more. But just to start this thing off, I am not feeling good about the direction of the offense
Yeah,
because of the quarterback play,
yeah,
which hopefully could help us in recruiting in a way. With Deuce Knight, hey, we gotta have you, Deuce. We gotta have you, Walker White. We need you, baby. Because look where these guys ain't it.
yeah,
They holding back the future. They holding back the future of the program. But let's talk about the Arkansas game right now.
yeah. Let's
Since
go ahead
we,
and talk
since
about
we,
it.
since we have to, since we have to.
Yeah, since we got to. We got a few comments. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about bring them
Yeah,
up
what the
real
people
quick.
what the people talking about?
Yeah, I'm a whole one. Let's see. Of course, Bub and the old man says they said Walker isn't ready at this point. He's running scout teams right now. I also heard
Hey,
that as well. Yeah,
hey, look, he can go in there and throw no touchdowns and 3 or 4 picks too.
yeah, yeah, true. The stats don't tell the full story. We're gonna get into that in just a second. And then they also said, "Don't get me started on Hank. He had a lot of really nice moments. It was his first SEC game. Hard to ask him to be great in that game."
No, it's not.
But
No, it's
I'm
not.
gonna
No, it's
I'm
not.
gonna address that too. We got a new watcher says your
Your
granny's
granny's football.
okay. What's up? What's going on? Your granny's poop.
what, what's up,
We
then?
appreciate you for watching your granny's people. Uh, this was an interesting one. Why not Sam Jackson?
The same
Say
reason,
he's
Tim Tucker, the same reason why Cal ain't play Sam Jackson at quarterback.
yeah,
Because he's a wide receiver now.
yeah. He'll be like it'll be probably worse than Robbie Ashford. They said Tim Tucker was a below average ACC quarterback and hasn't played true quarterback since he's been here. Terrible idea. Yeah, I don't
Well,
know if I can get behind it.
technically, Bubba, he was a Pac-12 quarterback. He never played in the ACC, so he was at Cal. Cal was in the Pac-12 last year. This is their first year in the ACC, so he never played in the ACC. So we'll just get that little nugget right. We don't want people to judge us off that. But
Yeah,
what other comments we got in there?
we got one more. Cam says don't understand why Jarquez had only 10 carries entering the third quarter. I'm trying to figure that out too. Some ain't up with that.
Yeah, we
We need
should
to
have
run
ran
the
the
ball.
ball out more. Should have
My
ran the
man
ball
Tony,
out more.
he said you right. Bubba and the old man. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna say this now, Tony. I'm gonna pass it on. I'm not happy about the game. 24-14. We had so many opportunities to score on Arkansas. I think the biggest thing, Tony, and you probably gonna point this out. I think the biggest thing that was upsetting, we gave them every opportunity best by turning the ball over, intercepts. The biggest turnover that really pissed me off was the touchdown that could have been by Damari Austin. Man, how did you not hold on to the ball, man? Like, how did you not hold on to the ball? That one really upset me. So I think turnovers is the biggest thing. You may mention Hank Brown. did not play well. So Hugh Freeze went to his original starter, Peyton Thorne. I've been hearing a lot of people say Hugh Freeze should not have net Peyton Thorne back in. And he should have stuck it out with Hank Brown. I disagree with that for this reason. When Peyton Thorne played against Cal and was bad, it was criticized that Hugh Freeze should have took Peyton Thorne out the game. So he played Hank Brown the next week. Let Hank Brown have a full game. Let Hank Brown start. Hank Brown started playing bad. So in that situation, Hugh Freeze was playing to win the game. So I can't be too much mad. I can't be mad with him for putting Peyton Thorne back in because at that point he was desperate. So he was trying to figure out any type of way he can win the game. And you already got a quarterback that threw 3 interceptions in the first half. Yeah, you got you at some point you got to switch it up because he was about to go that down the same road as the Cal game. So I don't disagree with him, or I'm not upset with him for making that move. When Payne Thorne came in, he only threw 1 interception. Cam Coleman got to catch the ball, man. The offense looked somewhat better, but not. It still looked very pedestrian. Keandre Lambert Smith is true NFL receiver. We got to just make a statement about that. I mean, he is a true NFL receiver. This man has saved us on many occasions. So thank God for Keandre Lambert. So I just hope they don't burn him to the ground. So we just got to play better. But I think the turnovers is the thing that cost us the game because if you really think about it, Arkansas had in check. He had some dynamic runs, but he really wasn't just airing it out. He had that 1 touchdown that he just aired it out, which I know you're gonna talk about that too, Tony, because that looked like 4 for 31 all over again. But besides that, he didn't really just air it out on us. The defense had him in check for most of the game. So we gotta do better. We gotta do better on eliminating turnovers in order to win the game. The run game got to play better. I will say this. I know a lot of people are like, is this the end of the world? Is this should Hugh Freeze be on the hot seat? I'm not putting Hugh Freeze on the hot seat yet. And the reason why things could be much worse. Should we mention the Harsin error? We was losing bad and we had no recruits coming in. Auburn still remains a top 5 recruiting and going into 2026. Deuce Knight still is a crystal ball coming to Auburn, along with Caleb Cunningham possibly flipping from Alabama to Auburn if Deuce Knight comes. You have Naeem Alford. I think I got his name right. Also still out there. So, and I found this out too this week, Tony. A lot of the reason why, and I know there's been a lot of discussion about why Hugh Freeze did not go after a transfer quarterback. And a lot of reason is they're waiting. And a lot of the NIL money, a lot of the money that they have in Auburn, they have not spent. But from what I've been listening, what I've been told, they hadn't even broke the bank yet. So it says reasons why they are waiting to spend the money. They're just waiting on the right opportunity. So this is give it time, give Hugh Freeze a chance. We ain't gonna put him on the hot seat just yet, but this is unacceptable because we definitely should be Arkansas. So we gotta improve that. All right, Tony, go ahead.
I'm gonna speak on that. Hugh Freeze on the hot seat. I wouldn't even. I ain't about twice about that. That's nonsense. You can see the teams playing in the right. The teams are going in the right direction. As you said, with Harsin, we were losing terribly, and we didn't have anything to look forward to. With these losses, with Hugh Freeze, these 2 losses, we were in those games. We were a quarterback away from winning both games, and the recruiting is as good as it has ever been at Auburn right now, so far. So I say that. Now to get into the game, I said Taylor Green wasn't going to light us up throwing the ball, but I said he could hurt us with his legs, and he did. He was 12 for 27, 151 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Sound like Peyton Thorne last year. 18 carries, 80 yards, He hurt us on a lot of scrambling, man, a lot of keeping things alive with his legs. I think it was 3rd and 19, 3rd and 20,
Yeah, when he
3rd
do
and
that
21.
ball,
When he threw that
it was
ball to
something like yeah,
Ortega for a touchdown, just threw it up, just chunked it up for press. So, Auburn, man, to be honest, Auburn played everybody outside of the quarterback and Demario Austin. His fumbles really played a really good game, in my estimation. The stats don't tell the whole story, but they tell a lot. But they tell a lot of it.
yeah, they do.
Arkansas, I wanted to see us because I knew Arkansas could run the ball really well, and I told you about Jaquina Jackson was putting up monster stats.
Put him in
First 3 weeks of the season, 22 carries, 75 yards. He had 2 touchdowns, but those were goal line carries. He just really break no long runs and was chopping us off. Uh, Arkansas totaled 55 rushing attempts. They had 183 yards. That is a whopping 3.3 yards a carry. Cal was held under 4 yards a carry. They were about 3.9. So the defense, 3.8, 3.6. So the defense is doing a solid job. Uh, Armstrong, the Anthony Armstrong kid, was killing people, averaging like 150 yards a game. He had 5 catches for 47 yards. We did a really good job on him. I was impressed with that. Seager caught that long touchdown, but outside of that, he didn't really do much. Arkansas had 21 first downs. Now they were 9 for 19 on third down. That was a little concerning. I'd rather them been more like 5 for 19, 6 for 19. 9 for 19 is close to 50%. Uh, which is a little too high for my taste. But they were
Way too
about 50% on conversion downs. I think they were like 11 for 23 total. So it was 2 for 4 on fourth down, 9 for 19 on third down. They had a total of like 334 yards total offense. It's not bad. 151 in the air, 183 on the ground. When you look at, they almost ran it 60 times and still only had 183 yards. That was very good defense. We forced 2 turnovers. Taylor Green threw 2 picks. Shout out to the defense. We picked up 3 more sacks this week. As a Jalen McLeod sighting, my boy Kendrick Fault was out there doing his thing. So I was good. The defense kept us in the ball game. We was always right there up until that last touchdown. I guess it was probably about 3 minutes left when they scored that one. Um, on the flip side, like I said, I don't know, Bubba and the old man talking about you can't expect Hank to be good. That wasn't his first day. I mean, he started the week before in the same building. Like in the SEC play, that's what he came to Auburn to do, play SEC football. So I mean, a step up in talent, and as soon as we got a step up in talent, he goes 7 for 13, 72 yards and 3 picks. So we're supposed to. I mean, I'm with it, man. You don't want to wreck the boy's confidence totally, and then sitting back out there in the second half, and he throw 3, 4 more picks. Now he ain't gonna be no good to you the rest of the season. So
Yeah,
I didn't have a problem with pulling him because that game was winnable still at that moment. And the way Hank was playing, it was just only gonna get worse. So
yeah,
hey, put that fire out while you can. Like you said, they was complaining why he didn't take Peyton Thorne out. Well, hell, he went ahead and pulled Hank Brown. So we're in the Steve Spurrier mode right here. Back in the early '90s, back in the late '90s, early '90s, Steve Spurrier
2
playing
quarterbacks.
two, playing 2 and 3 quarterbacks. So they always say if you got 2 quarterbacks, you ain't got one. Well, we don't have one. Our best quarterback probably is running scout team, like they say. I
Yeah,
still believe, I still believe wholeheartedly. Excuse me, y'all, in Walker White. Don't get it twisted. I still believe in Walker White. I was calling for Walker White in December. I was calling for Walker White in February. I was calling for Walker White in June. Uh, I'd like to see Walker White, but I feel like maybe if we get to the Walker White stage, then we probably won't have much to play for at this point. So, uh, but to get back on the game, Peyton Thorne came in. He did well with what he had and with the time he was in there. Like I said, it was 13 for 22. A little over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, threw a pick. Cam Coaches got catch that. No bad shoulder and all that, but hey, you a big time receiver. They hit your hand, you got to pull that in.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh, Stay on the passing game. The balls were spread around pretty good. Malcolm Simmons had 5 catches, 44 yards. Rivaldo had 4 catches, 40 yards. But everybody know who the man KLS. 5 catches, 156 yards, 2 touchdowns, and that one handle he caught in the first half was a thing of beauty, boy. It was a thing of beauty. KLS is out here averaging about 85 yards a game for us right now. He's a major bright spot in that wide receiver room. You know, the freeze four, you know, they're coming along. But KLS has been our most consistent. Still waiting to see what Robert Lewis is gonna do. I'm still waiting on that, but
Yeah.
we haven't really had a
And
chance.
and Bryce Kane, because we still ain't seen him yet for real.
Bryce Kane. But you know, Malcolm doing his thing. Of course, Cam and Perry, them boys look good. Uh, Man, the running backs. I don't know what the deal is this year. Uh, I don't know if we're playing with butter on our arms or on our fingers, on our gloves. I don't know what the deal is. I ain't never seen a running back room fumble so much in Auburn history in my life. Like everybody think they Mario Fanning. It's just fumble. You know what I'm saying? Mario Fanning
Or Booby Whitlow.
or Booby Whitlow. You know what I'm saying? That's who we must got back there. We must got Mario Fanning and Booby Whitlow back there. Because DeMario had 3 carries, 38 yards, and that big fumble. I think DeMario's fumble took all the air out of every Auburn fan at home and in the stadium. That was a demoralizing fumble right before the half. Could get points, was gonna get points. We needed it. And man, that I think that hurt us, probably hurt the team a little bit too. But as a whole,
Right there, man. Right
man, he was
there.
right there, man. We were gonna get 6 out of that. But
Yes.
as a whole, the running game was pretty good. 26 carries, 146 yards, 5.5 yards per pop. Like Hugh spoke about in the first week. Uh, it might not be as necessarily as how many yards. I mean, how many times you run it or how many yards you get, but what do you average when you get those runs? So we were putting up 5.5, almost 6 yards a pop. So I was cool with that. Man, like I said, on offense, we had 17 first downs. We were 5 for 11 on third down ourselves, which is a little under 50%, not too bad. For the season, we're right about 50% on third down conversion. I didn't. We were 1 for 3 on fourth downs. Didn't like that. Hey, you go for it on fourth down, man. We got to get it. You got to get those. If you got the balls to go for it, you got to have the balls to get it. So I'll say that. We put up, man, the offense. We put up numbers: 431 yards, 285 in the air. Because Hank had 72 in the first half. Peyton threw 213 in the second half. We had 146 yards rushing, as I mentioned. 5 turnovers, man. You're not going to beat anybody with 5 turnovers. I don't care if it's the SEC, the Big Sky, 6A football, 2A football, 1A football, Little League football, junior high football, flag football.
Nobody.
Nowhere will you turn that ball over 5 times and still. Well, you're not supposed to. Rare. You get blips on the radar every once in a while, but you're never gonna. 90% of the time, 95% of the time, you turn it over 5 times, you're going to lose. You're asking to lose. 4 of those came from the quarterback. 3 of them came in the first half. So we put ourselves behind an 8 ball to try to, come back. 5 turnovers, man. You just can't do it. Those turnovers take points away from you, and they give the other team opportunity to get points. And that's where we're at with that. Our penalties have reduced each week.
Like you said
Penalties
that.
have reduced each week. That was a common thing in that Harsin era, man. Man, we had penalties, man. Our penalties were so high. So we're doing a better job of cutting down on the penalties. Now we just need to cut down on these turnovers, man. We got to get this quarterback position right, man. It hinders the whole program when the quarterback position isn't right. Ask Florida State. Ask the Chicago Bears. Ask the Dallas Cowboys. When the quarterback ain't right, nothing is right. No matter what goes wrong out there in Colorado, two people that two positions they can always count on. Well, kind of three because one of them plays two positions. But one position they can always hang their head on. That quarterback gonna come to play. They might get their head beat in. He ain't gonna turn it over 3, 4, 5 times. You know what I mean? When the quarterback is right, everything else it flows. If you don't believe me, ask Tennessee.
Whew.
If you don't believe me, ask Ole Miss. When the quarterback is right, everything else just flows, man.
Georgia.
Georgia, they got the quarterback. You get the quarterback right, and it doesn't have to be. He doesn't have to look like Caleb Williams. He doesn't have to look like Cam Newton because Stetson Bennett didn't look like either or, but he got the job done. Quarterback position, most important on the field, man. You have to get that right. Whether he's a superstar or just a regular old Joe, he can't be the reason why you lose. And big time football at this stage, from high school on up, the quarterback, you're going to win and lose based on how good your quarterback plays. And if your quarterback doesn't play very well, you will not win very many ball games, i.e. the Auburn Tigers. We're not winning very many ball games because we don't have very good quarterback play. Florida State is struggling mightily right now because they have bad quarterback play. The Dallas Cowboys have struggled because they have bad quarterback play. Look at the Buffalo Bills. You can't probably name two people on their offense outside of Josh Allen. You probably can't name two people on that offense, but they're winning.
That's the only other one I can name.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. But the quarterback gets it.
Hamlin too.
And he play on defense, so that ain't even on offense.
Yeah, true.
That's the quarterback gets the job done. The Houston Texans were picking in the top 5. We were picking it higher in the first round of the draft. They get a quarterback, they already in the playoffs. Yeah. The Packers, they get a quarterback. Jordan Love, baby. I'm telling you, the quarterback position makes or breaks your team. And it can look like A.J. McCarron did, or, you know what I mean, Greg McElroy, and they can just hold it in the road and let everybody around them do what they need to do. Or they can look like Bryce Young and Tua, and they can throw it all around the yard and be, you know what I'm saying, and be the catalyst. You know, they could be Cam Newton. But whatever it is, he has to be the best at what he's done. He's got to be who he is, but he can't be the reason why you lose ball games.
It don't even have to be them. It can be Nick Marshall. Nick Marshall wasn't the best.
It can be Derek. You can do it in different ways. You don't have to be the almighty superstar. You can be Jared Stidham. You can be Colt. You know what I'm saying? You can be AJ McCarron. Because AJ McCarron didn't really do much. I mean, he made some plays when he had to, but he didn't hurt the team. You can be Jacob Coker. Jacob Coker won a national championship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can be those guys, man. You don't have to be Baker Mayfield. You know what I mean? It's guys, man. You can be a part of the process. You just can't be the reason. As the quarterback, you have to be the reason. You can be the reason we win, but you can't ever be the reason we lose. Mm-hmm. It's so you can when the quarterback is the reason, you can see it more. You can see everybody can see it. Even people who don't really know football, they know when the quarterback's not playing well, and that's where we are right now. And that's what we have to address moving forward. Like I said, we're doing what we need to do just about everywhere on the field, except where it matters most. The man who has the ball in his hands more than anybody else, other than the center. Him and the center touch the ball every play, regardless of what happened. And it ain't the center's fault. I can tell you that. Conlou playing real good, real well, man. A lot of those guys, like I said, can't get rid of a man who's brought you a top 15, a top 10.
Top 10 recruiting last year.
Yeah, I know that Walker White paid Cam Coleman in with top 10. The year before he came in, salvaged the top 20 class.
Yep.
That was somewhere around 17, 18, something like that. Then he dropped the top 10. Right now we're sitting around one or two on the class after this one. You know what I mean? So he's building it up. It takes time, but it right now in the now, we have got to get this quarterback position right. Don't know where, don't know if we got the guy, if we got the guys that can turn it around. Um, these guys had all of last season, all off season, all spring, all summer, and what seven touchdowns, seven interceptions
Yeah.
in two Power Five games. I'll say six because I think one of them he threw against Cal wasn't his fault. Peyton Thorne. And then the one he threw last Saturday wasn't his fault because he threw four
Yeah.
against Cal. One of them wasn't his fault. You got to catch those. So three and three. So that's six intercepts. That's still too many. It's just too many.
Too
At the end
many
of
in
the day,
4 games. In 4 games.
and no, don't say 4 games in 2 games because they didn't do none of that in those
Yeah.
against
Yeah, you're
A&M and
right.
New Mexico. In two
Yeah, you're
games,
right. You're
all
right.
of our interceptions have come in 2 games against
You're
Power
right.
Four schools. Against Power Four schools, we have no wins. We have 2 touchdown passes and 8 interceptions.
Unacceptable.
That's not gonna get it, cause we ain't gonna beat nobody like that. Um, like I said, man, we're doing a good job, dude. We averaged 36 and a half points a game. Of course, the 73 helped that out a lot. We only give up 17 points per game. We average 462 yards, 284 in the air, 178 on the ground. The offense is playing good ball. The quarterbacks gotta catch up with everybody else, man. We're
Yeah.
up to 8 sacks now. We're up to 4 interceptions. Um, eh, Quarterback. What are we gonna do at the quarterback position? I thought Hank Brown might have been enough, but man, he really. But I would probably go back with Hank Brown one more time. Um, first game SEC. He could have been nervous. It could have been a little more. Things were probably ratcheted up a little more for Arkansas than they were New Mexico. I'm okay. Set him down. Go over film. Break down. Hopefully he know where he messed up. And I think I would probably go with rolling him out there against Oklahoma, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, man, that's the nuts and bolts of it from Saturday. Um, we would probably be in a lot better spot if our quarterbacks numbers weren't 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions for Peyton Thorne, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions for Hank Brown. If we were somewhere like 7-1 and 6-9, then we'd probably be 4-0.
Yep. All right. Let's take a look at the comments. Bubba Ole Miss said the most frustrating thing is we just limited our turnovers. We're a 4-win team right now with an opportunity to win 9 games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what I just said. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Yep. Poor fundamentals by Damari on the fumble.
Yeah, he just running
Yeah.
around with that thing all loosey goosey,
It's
man.
loose.
Proud
Yeah.
of people.
That pissed me
Yeah,
off.
you should have been tucked and tight. You should have been tucked and tight then.
Yeah. Bubba Old Man said this. I guess disregarding me. I disagree on Hank. He played well, other than the turnovers, which is bound to happen in the first big time action.
Bubba, you too soft, bro. You too
Yeah.
soft on that, man. 7 for 13. That ain't good nowhere.
Yeah.
That ain't good nowhere. 7 for 13. You bad. He was just pushing 50%.
Yeah. And then he wasn't when he got in pressure. I mean, he wasn't really gaining when he took off and had to scramble. I mean, it wasn't nothing special about it. I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
at least
My
with
man
Peyton
had
Thorne, he
my,
gained
my
a
man
few
had
yards.
my man was on pace to throw for 144 yards.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't. I mean, nah, man.
Tim Tucker says anyone wants Hugh Freeze fired, they're mentally challenged. Yeah, I'm not calling for Hugh Freeze to be fired.
That's nonsense, man.
Yeah.
This man gets it. Once this man gets a quarterback in there that can not throw 3 to 4 interceptions per game,
It's gonna be lights
the
out.
proof is in the pudding, man. I mean, but yeah, like I'm not giving. I'm not. It's not okay to throw 3 interceptions just because it's your first game.
Yeah.
I saw Jameis Winston as a redshirt freshman in his first game only throw 2 incompletions, and those 2 incompletions both were caught out of bounds. He threw so many, all of his pass, none of them hit the ground. They all went into somebody's hands. So don't tell me about what you're supposed to do in your first game, because I've seen other freshmen not look like Hank Brown did in his second start, not his first start, his second start. Regardless of the competition,
I don't know where we got a new
it
watcher.
went through. Whoa.
Yeah, we have to get a
Go
go.
a game for a quarterback. Hey, you boy, you got boy, we got some names coming up in here tonight, boy.
Yeah, we got some crazy.
It's okay. We appreciate y'all. Come on through.
Yeah, yeah. KL said it doesn't. He doesn't need to be fired, but we need to see progress. It seems like this team has regressed since last year. I agree with that 100%.
I don't think they regressed since that, because last year we couldn't see 400. We wouldn't see 462 yards again. We wouldn't see 200 yards passing in a half from no quarterback we had last year. We didn't see that. Very rarely did we see a performance like Hank Brown had against New Mexico. Because don't forget, we lost to New Mexico
So
State.
say, yeah,
Don't forget that we struggled with somebody. So we struggled with UMass for a little while.
yeah, because it was tied. I think in the first quarter.
Exactly. Exactly. So now I don't see regression from the team. Uh I see I see a position holding us back. I see a position holding us back, which I kind of thought that position was holding us. But like I said, we felt like we didn't have the requisite weapons on offense outside on the perimeter last year. We fixed that, and it's
Yeah,
showing. KLS 5 catches, 156 yards, 2 touchdowns. Who had a game like that last year?
yeah,
You get what I'm saying? We just held Arkansas to 3.3 yards a carry, basically 3 yards a pop on the ground. Like we're in these games. Quarterback just are throwing us out of these games. So I had to disagree with you
very
there,
true.
Ken. I don't feel like we're regressing, and I definitely don't want to see Hughes fired. I just want to get consistent, competent quarterback play. If we can just get that, then we'll be all right. Because I don't see the coaching leading to the decision that those guys are making. I don't think it's a coaching thing. I think it's a decision making issue on the quarterbacks that we have. So, like I said,
Yeah,
I was in the very beginning. I was like, hey, let's just start Walker White and just go with them. And so I might not have been wrong. We need to get him up even more to speed. And hell, at this point, if Hank's stank it up again or something, let's just see what Holden can do.
yeah,
'Cause at this point, play all 4 of the quarterbacks, because you can't. Well, you say you can't get worse, but yeah, somebody might throw 5 interceptions, 6 interceptions. But we probably ain't gonna leave them in the game long enough to do that no more, no way. So all these quarterbacks on a short leash. Like I said, we're wasting away opportunities. Uh, we should be 4-0 right now. We're 2-2. Haven't beat a Power 4 team yet, and I'm nervous about it.
yeah. And let's keep going to the comments. Then we're gonna talk about Oklahoma. The Hugh hot seat talk is ignorant. It's evident that a lot of Twitter people don't understand football. Yeah,
True,
yeah.
very true.
Keontae left his deep third on that touchdown. He looked rough. Yeah, Keontae, I don't know what's going on with him. He ain't been playing too
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I don't know what's up with Keontae.
Yeah. Okay. Will Rogers threw 2 picks in his first SEC game. Bo Wallace threw 2. Young quarterbacks turn the ball over sometime, but Hank showed flashes. He just needs time to adjust. Tony, you want to address that since you
Will Rogers ain't our quarterback. Bo
Yeah,
Wallace ain't our quarterback. You just told me 2 run of the mill, whatever quarterbacks. Now I gave you a list of 3, 4, 5 quarterbacks I seen in their first game not throw picks. I ain't saying nobody man not supposed to throw picks, but he threw it 13 times, Bubba. And out of those 13 passes, 3 of them was interceptions. That wasn't no flashy
Yeah,
show
yeah.
Saturday.
Some, I'm not gonna say the name, but yeah, I believe that hate too. Okay.
Juice, I
Hank
like.
Green.
Yeah, I like Hank though. I like Hank. I like Hank, man. That's why I said, man, we probably should go. But I wouldn't be mad at all if we went back with Hank as the starter, because Hank can throw that. Hank can spin it, man. I like Hank. I want to see what Hank can do. I was disappointed that his first, SEC performance at home in a comfortable environment, he felt the need to throw those 3 picks, but maybe he needed that stinker, you know what I'm saying, to go ahead and get that out the way so we can move on. Um, I believe I like Hank. He's got to show me a little more. He got to show me a little more though, because don't
Yeah, it takes time. Hank gotta get there. Yeah, he got. Yeah, he
yeah,
definitely got
yeah,
to
he
play
gonna
better.
get there. He got
Yeah.
to get there, but I mean, we can't throw 3 and 4 interceptions every week trying to get there. Because one
Right.
thing about it, uh, that job ain't always promised to you. Cause Walker White
Mm-hmm.
in that thing learning, and
Yeah.
I know for a fact, come spring ball, Walker White gonna be starting. If he don't start the bowl game, you know what I mean? Where we get to a bowl game, but I mean Walker's the future, and Deuce is gonna Deuce is gonna have to take his time and learn the offense the way Walker is. So that'll give Walker probably have about 2 years of start. At his junior year, he probably gonna have to hit the bricks because Deuce gonna be right behind him, and Deuce gonna probably have a year or two start, and he gonna have to hit the bricks because somebody gonna be right behind him ready to play. So I'm hoping that's the
Yeah.
way it goes, but right now, man, I'm looking for. I want to see Hank. I really like to see Hank really
Yeah.
take this thing by the balls and really make it his and bounce back. So that's what I'm hoping for Saturday
Yeah.
on the plains.
Yeah. We got a new viewer. Jeremiah says, Arkansas fan here. I got Auburn being OU like a stepchild. We about to talk about Auburn.
Hey,
And the OU
Jeremiah,
fan.
welcome. Oh, you
Yeah.
suck at recruiting the pass now. I'm going to run in that freshman. But hey, Jeremiah, we really appreciate you for checking us out, man. Even though you're an Arkansas fan, if you're a real Arkansas fan, depending on how old you are, one of my buddies used to be your running back, Chris Chakuma, number 22, old Chuck Wagon. He used to be the running back down there at Arkansas, man. So yeah, shout out to the Hogs. Even though y'all beat us, Jeremiah, we appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Watching, supporting. Hey, go ahead and subscribe, man. You ain't got to watch every week,
Yeah.
but subscribe. Just get our numbers.
Subscribe to us. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Bang with your boy, man. But we really appreciate you, Jeremiah.
Yeah. He said we'll fall or he will fall apart.
Fingers
Man,
crossed, my boy.
Bubba, man, I don't you like not being soft, man. I just trust my eyes. I know what I see.
What? Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Well, why you ain't tell me he was going to throw 3 interceptions this week then? Why you didn't see that coming? You can see so well. Why you didn't see that coming? Hey, I ain't,
three in the sink. All right, we got another new viewer.
3 in
Three in
the
the sink.
sink, 1 in the paint. Yeah.
Ooh,
What's
we
going
moving.
on tonight?
The ball got a hold onto the ball.
Yeah,
All
man,
right.
we're moving the ball. Yeah, we are moving the ball. We got to keep it though. We 5 turnovers this week. What 4 or 5 turnovers against Cal? Then we had 5 turnovers against Cal because we didn't. Yeah, because Quez fumbled and they scored right after that fumble.
Mhm.
And Payne throwing through 4 picks. Yeah, 2 Power 4 games, 10 picks, 3 in the stink. You absolutely right. But great, they 3. Golly.
Yeah, Jeremiah said Auburn need a quarterback. Yeah, that's what we've been talking
Hey,
about. He
exactly,
also
exactly.
said Auburn got a great defense and receivers.
I
Yeah,
agree. I
yeah.
agree.
Cam agreed with you, Tony. And then this will be the final one before we talk about Oklahoma. It's Hugh's fault, but it has nothing to do with in the game. In the game play calling, it's his fault because of what happened last December. Not getting the quarter QB cost us a 4-0 starter.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we should have paid a little money for Cam Ward. I mean, but most of the transfer portal quarterbacks I seen, man, Grayson McCall ain't looking too good at NC State.
Yeah.
Uh, Haynes King is looking all right at Georgia Tech. DJ Ukulele Ukulele.
Hey, you could.
He makes me
Oh,
sick. He is definitely not panning out down in Tallahassee. So I mean, it's hit or miss. We probably could have went in the portal. But it is. We should be 4-0 though. I agree 1,000% with you, man. We should be 4-0. We really should, and I thought we would be 4-0 heading to this point right here.
yeah. Let's go and talk about the Arkansas game. I'm gonna get to some more comments later, but let's
We
go
need the
ahead and talk about
Oklahoma game.
The Oklahoma game. Let's start talking about the Arkansas game because that's the precedent. Let's talk about the Oklahoma game. Yeah, kickoff 2:30 ABC, ESPN plus kickoff 2:30 air on the plains. Oklahoma coming in on a loss against Tennessee. I think it was 25-15. I think they lost by 10 as well this past weekend. So they are trying to rebound too. They are starting a new quarterback, a freshman quarterback. That is because Jackson Arnold has been benched. All right, so Tony, team that kind of has maybe some of the same issues that we got. How you feel about us going into this game?
I felt a lot better before the game of last week. Well, this week is about uh, which pig is going to wear the lipstick the best. Which pig is going to wear the lipstick the best? Jackson Arnold's been benched. Uh, he kind of regressed in his play each week, and it came to a head last week in Norman with Tennessee, with Oklahoma's former offensive coordinator and national championship winning quarterback Josh Heupel on the other sideline. Um, Jackson Arnold was 7 for 16 with an interception before they decided to pull him, and I can understand why. Michael Hawkins Jr., MJ Hawkins came in. He was 11 for 18, threw a touchdown. He's going to try to use his legs a little more. Oklahoma is really not functioning at the level that I thought they would at this point right now. Um, but once again, the same as at Auburn and Florida State, NC State. The quarterback may be holding Oklahoma back. Oklahoma has a lot of talent on that offense. They have a running back who is fast as lightning. They got a couple of receivers. Deion Burks, their lead receiver, only averages 50 yards per game. He's got 3 touchdowns, but he only averages 50 yards a game. Their offense isn't that explosive. They average about 29 points per game. Defense giving up about 15, 16 points a game. They only average 300 yards of total offense, 171 in the air, 128 on the ground, which is not. Sounds like Auburn last year. 300 yards, 170 passing, 120 something rushing. So it's really bad. It's not the offense Oklahoma's people are used to, starting with back in the Bob Stoops era with all kind of offensive coordinators from your Mike Leach was an offensive coordinator at Oklahoma. Kevin Sumlin was an offensive coordinator at Oklahoma. Mike
Lincoln
Mangino
Riley.
used to be the former Kansas head coach. Lincoln Riley was an offensive coordinator at Oklahoma. So it's not the Oklahoma of old, and they're not putting up the numbers that they used to. People in Norman are used to, and I understand. Venables is the defensive coach. Uh, they're sitting on with as far as him being a defensive coach, they're sitting on 14 sacks right now. Um, but they also have 4 interceptions as we do. One thing that I do notice, they're only converting 28% of their third downs, which is big, which should work in our favor. If we can get them off the field to get us on the field, will be a great thing. They haven't been able to run the ball. And that's going to help us because we've done a pretty good job against the run. Against Tennessee, they had 34 carries for 36 yards. That was at home against Tennessee. Now they're going to come to Auburn, and I don't think we're going to let them run the ball. I don't think they should. I think our run defense is just as good, if not better, than Tennessee's.
Yeah.
Uh, Michael Hawkins Jr. is probably going to present some of the same problems Taylor Green did. Probably not to the same degree, but in the same fashion. You know what I'm saying? You're gotta contain, gotta play your rush lanes. You don't want him to get out the pocket and get started because they can hurt you on the ground just as well, if not more, than they do in the air. Uh, so just like last week, let's contain the quarterback. Let's keep him in the pocket. Let's make him throw the ball. Let's not give him any avenues, any lanes to run. Um, Dang man, I'm always pretty positive on these things, man. I mean, I usually only have us losing to Georgia every year.
Yeah, that'd be the only say
I
we're
usually
gonna
only have
lose
us
to.
losing to Georgia too tough every year, man. Even I mean, once we get into the season, you gotta be realistic about things. But once again, it's gonna be an exciting crowd. I heard some strangers talking today. I just so happened to be walking by here, some people talking. Dude say he's been going to Auburn games and he's going to the game Saturday. He can't wait. It's Auburn, man. We got the fans, we got the stadium, we got the NIL, we got the coach, we got it all. We just got to get the quarterback. So with that being said, uh, with them breaking in a new quarterback, not getting the best quarterback play, and them not being able to run the ball as it sits right now, and being as terrible as they are on third downs, I got to give Auburn the win. We run the ball, limit the opportunities of the other team, limit the opportunities of the quarterbacks to throw turnovers. Man, I want to go. I'm gonna go 27-17 Auburn, man.
Woo! You say we're gonna drop 27 on
27, man. 27-17 Auburn, man. Because if you can't run, they can't run, and that's sustained. That sustained a lot of Arkansas's success was being able to run the ball and keep the quarterback moving around. Like I said, they 55 times, 183 yards is a lot different from 34 times and 36 yards. So yeah, um, I don't see if they can only muster 15 points at home. I can only imagine what they're gonna come to Auburn and think they're gonna get. But if we throw it to them 3 or 4, 5 times, it could be ugly. But I'm gonna go 27-20. I'm gonna give them 20. I say they get 20, 27. Now I'm gonna stick with what I said. That first shot, 27-17, Auburn Tigers. We get back on pace before we hit the road in October. What's up?
All right. Saying 27-17.
27-17.
Man, I ain't going that high. I'm gonna say 14-10 Auburn.
Yeah, of course.
It's gonna I don't see us putting 27 on God. You I don't
That's
know.
good. That's
I don't
because
know
that's
about
because that's because if we keep the ball 5 more times, you know what I'm saying, than giving it away, then we might can get, though we might can get to those other couple touchdowns. You feel me?
I don't know.
If
I
DeMario
say
don't fumble,
14.
that's 21 right there.
Huh?
If DeMario don't fumble, hey, that's 21 points right there.
Man, don't I almost started to choke Jamari for fumbling that ball. Okay, we got some more comments here. Jeremiah, he also said he subscribed. Yeah, I think y'all definitely got Auburn. He said Arkansas has the best running back in the SEC, and Auburn held him to 75 yards, lowest this season.
Thanks.
Bubba says film stats. Robbie had a 300-yard game against LSU, and it was his second worst grade for me that year. PT had crazy numbers against A&M and was lower grade for me than his second half against Arkansas.
What nobody care about your grades?
Just my personal opinion, though.
Yeah, Robert Ashford had a 300-yard game. Robert Ashford is trash. Even with that 300-yard game, he was terrible. And there ain't no way that second half of Arkansas, he played a good game in the second half of Arkansas, but that first half he played against A&M was awesome. That man had 5 touchdowns, no pick, 300 something yards. He was dotting them out there. Okay, I don't know what kind of grades you be giving out, Bubba.
He giving on the curve.
I'll tell you.
Jeremiah said 33
Jeremiah,
to
hey, I wish everything go like how Jeremiah, whoever Jeremiah, I like you, boy.
10. Oh yeah, he said 33-10 Auburn.
I like Jeremiah.
Even like you. Hey, stay in the family in the Tiger Den. Hawkins scares me. His legs are electric, and if he manufactures a run game by getting out and we don't capitalize on his mistakes, it could be bad for us.
I mean, I just said, any quarterback who can hurt you with your legs, man. That's what happened last week. Too many opportunities to the quarterback to keep drives going and keep plays alive with his legs. So I say you got to stay in your rush lanes, you got to contain, and you got to tackle him when you get to him.
Yeah. And he said, I know he's trash. That's my point. Stats don't tell the whole story. Dang, Bubba, you got Tony on mute. He ain't even say nothing about that.
So let it go. So let it go.
He got Tony didn't even respond. He went mute on you, Bubba.
Did we lose that LSU last year?
Yeah, we lost bad LSU. That's not bad.
Yeah. So that 300 yards didn't mean nothing. That's just a lot of yards. It didn't mean he had a good game. It just mean he had a lot of yards.
We lost them 2 years in a row. And then that game, the last time we played at home, we was up 21-0. We let them come back.
Yeah, them folk come all the way back, boy.
Yeah. I think at that point we knew Harsin was gone. All right, this last comment, then we're gonna shut it down for the night. Only thing I don't like about Auburn is the refs. Look at us, they cheating, y'all. This time. Man, listen. In all reality, Arkansas probably should have beat us. What was it, 2020?
Yeah, we got over. Man, we got over on them. We got over on them bad, boys.
Yeah, we got over them real bad.
I remember when Bo Nix spiked, I said, man, that's a fumble. Can't spike the ball out of shotgun.
I said, what is Bo? What did he do? I said, and we real lucky because who was the kicker then? Was it Anders? It was the little brother. It was the little brother. It wasn't the big brother.
Yeah, could name bring on for a minute.
Yeah, he was horrible, but he actually made that kick in the rain.
Yeah, and the Cardinals missed a lot of kicks that last year, boy. I don't even know how nobody even picked him up.
The Packers, they got a backup. I think he might not be on that team much longer.
Yeah, they finna move on. Yeah, they finna move on.
I don't blame him.
Me neither.
Yeah. Oh, Bubba just said, yeah, it was Anders. But yeah. Oh, I just snatched the thing out my ear. Well, hey, that's all for us this evening on CNT Talking Tigers. And listen, we thank y'all for commenting. This has been a fun show. Thank you to all the new viewers.
No matter what your name is, we appreciate
the weird names and the regular names. We appreciate you coming through tonight and watching with and talking about the game on tonight. Listen, we'll be back next week. We're going to talk about the Oklahoma game. And, of course, we're going to talk about the Georgia game, which we have predicted. That's the one game we have predicted every year. We have predicted correctly every year.
And you know what? Last year, I was so on the money with how I said that game could go. It went exactly like I said it was going to go.
Yeah.
The crowd get into it. We make a play, make a mistake here and there, and we can have a chance. And we had it. But hey, we moving on, man. Hopefully we can knock that wagon over that them Sooners coming in on. I hope somebody pull the fire alarms at the Renaissance on Friday. Make them wake up early, have them tired. I don't know. We need to do something. But man, hey, look, man, it's War Eagle over here, Auburn. Auburn all day, man. So we hoping for the best. I think if we can just eliminate the turnovers, man, we can beat Oklahoma, get the 3-2, and just Let's just get a win. Let's just get a win.
Cam score around mine 17-10. I can see 17-10.
Long as y'all got us winning, I don't care what the score is.
Yeah, long as it ain't 3-2. Well, it's a win.
I think that. I think we had a game. I think we had a game like that one time.
We did. We played Mississippi State.
Cam, Mississippi State down on Thursday night.
3-2.
3-2.
3-2. Yes, sir. Well, hey, we appreciate y'all. Again, thank you to all the new subscribers that watch and that are part of the Tiger Den. Appreciate y'all coming out. We'll be back next week. As always, Tony,
Hey, we appreciate y'all for watching, subscribing, listening, commenting, all of that, man. So, hey, in the words of Russell Simmons, thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Good night. And as always, Eagle. Hey.
hey, see y'all.